Buddy, let's get this thing started, man. Let's get this started, shall we? Let's see here. Ooh, had a little rough beginning there. I apologize. Started a little bit late. First time doing this. This is, by the way, is the first Joker in the Rye live stream. I just figured everything out now. Everything should be good. We should be up and running. I've got things here. I'm kind of excited for this. I've got plenty of things planned. I have some segments. I can't really say they're reoccurring because this is the first episode, so you got to do it again in order for it to be reoccurring, and I don't think I'm going to do the same segment twice in one live stream, so I don't know, but I got some segments here and some things, and I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. I haven't been excited in a long time. I really haven't. So we got a good show. We got some segments, and also later on in the live stream, you know, if people permit, whatever else, I do have a call-in feature on Discord, and we could take a look at that right now. Okay, no one likes a bragger, but we got 6 members in there, including me. So feel free. The link should be in the description, whatever else. We'll get into that. I don't really care what you talk about, whatever else. I just would like to take some calls. There's some people out there. I don't know. It's something I've always wanted to do. So without any further ado, forgive me. I'm doing everything here. This is so much fun. This is so Oops. There we go. Okay. Well, it's live. What are you going to do, kids? All right. So had to write monologue jokes. I want to do monologue jokes, and I don't know if I'm good at monologue jokes. You know, I really don't. I'll tell you, I don't really watch the news anymore. I don't really pay attention to the news. I would say I sample it. You know, I kind of scroll through the headlines, kind of like tasting soup, where it's just, ooh, that's a hot topic. That's too hot. That's too hot. That seems like a cold take. That seems like a cold take. Why have I tasted this one before? You know what I mean? And then by the end of it, you know, I think I know what's going on, but I'm just like everyone else. I'm just full of it. Soup. Oh, made me laugh earlier today. What are you going to do? It boomeranged right back. That's twice in a row. All right, so, regardless, we're having fun. This week, all the world's richest and powerful people met in Davos, Switzerland, to talk about inequality. And these are my favorite kind of meetings between me and you, where the people that have everything try to explain to the people that don't have anything why they feel weird. You know, like nothing fixes wealth inequality like taking private jets to the Alps just to say everything's under control. You're going to have nothing and be happy. All right. Ooh, I don't know if you've heard about this, guys. So this week, Donald Trump, have you heard of this guy? Donald Trump, he talked again about the United States getting Greenland, which is wild to me, right? Because I feel there's a lot of Americans that don't even want all the states. You know, how many times I hear people, get rid of California. All right, Texas can succeed. Florida looks like a dick. And then Trump's sitting there going, you know what we need? More land. We need frozen. Frozen land. Yeah. That's exactly what this country needs, right? More ice. Okay. Make sure everything's going well. I don't think I know what I'm doing here, to be honest with you. Okay. Well, it looks like we're still doing a thing. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. We've heard about this. You know about the protests? You heard about the protests that are happening, right? There are a lot of protests this week. And I support the right to protest. I really do. I just think we've reached the point where half the people, they're there for a cause. and the other half are there because their battery is charged. Some people, there are some people fighting injustice, and then you got some people that are like, hold on, can you shoot her in the face again? I didn't press record. Nothing says revolution like yelling at a cop and also checking your camera angles. What are we doing, people? Okay, here's the last one. Get excited, everybody. This week, Earth got hit by the biggest solar storm in 20 years. Scientists warned it could knock out power grids and satellites. But the only real reaction was people online going, yo, sky looks sick. Sky looks sick, dude. See the sky? Sky looks sick, dude. The sun. Oh God, I should have practiced this last joke. All right, the sun nearly takes out modern civilization, and America's take is cool, new filter. All right, that's me trying to write monologue jokes. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. Again, I want to say to anybody and everybody, even if there is nobody here, it's a miracle that I'm here. And I am just grateful for this moment. I just want to take a moment. I just want to take this time and acknowledge the moment. Where I was a year ago, where I was 13 months ago, to where I'm standing now, to actually, to be able to do this, to have the opportunity to do this. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be here. It's a miracle that I'm here. And that's the way I look at it if anyone's watching. It's a miracle that you're here. It seems like I've done everything in my power to try not to be here. And yet the universe, which I used to take was out of spite, was like, no, you're going to stay here, buddy. You're going to stay here. And to be here right now, in this moment, it was a year ago when I really had the realization of just how much I resented myself and how much I didn't like myself, which is it's just awful because I'm the only person I hang out with all the fucking time. I remember just despising, looking back at every choice, and and just not being able to forgive myself for not being the person I set out to be. I was sitting there being a lesser version than what I wanted. Which is, it's just nuts, to be in that moment. But then it's also kind of insane to have a moment of clarity and to recognize. Like I've said before, I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself. But I do feel like something like this can really help. It's about, I find that a lot of life, I learned this, everything I know, I've learned in the past 47 years. Like I learned it yesterday. Everything took me this long to fucking learn. That's how stubborn I am. All you got to do is just suit up, show up, be open, and be available. And that is my promise to my audience, whatever, people, society, humans. That is my promise to you. Because I really think, the reason why I wanted to do a live stream is because mostly it's, the thing I love about comedy, what I grew up loving about comedy was the aspect of it being live with something, and Carlin, for example, every time Carlin had a special on HBO, that special was first shown live, whether it was at Madison Square Garden, Beacon Theater, whatever, it was live. And there was just that element, that noise where it's like, okay, there's people in the Beacon Theater watching this right now. And I am also, chilling with my grandfather, watching HBO, watching Carlin. And one of the great things about going to comedy, it was the live element. And live is just something, I don't know what it is. So many things just, if it's, everything's got to be produced for lack of attention spans, or the fact that we're not wowed anymore by things that are just amazing in thought. we're just not wowed. We're not wowed by it, Tell someone about the the Fibonacci sequence, and it's, huh? Is it on Netflix? Stand-up was a room, not a clip. Stand-up was a moment. Stand-up was a connection. That was the beautiful element of it, the connection of it. And the great thing about stand-up compared to a lot of other whatever arts or so forth, platforms, whatever, is the immediate response. Either they love you and they laugh and they think it's a good time, or, they think you suck and your opinions blow, and they're going to tell you about it. It's the fucking beauty of it. It really is. So I'm trying to bring a little bit of that element, man. Live means, yeah, that's right. I got notes. I'm sorry, folks. I'll tell you, I probably did this sooner than I should have, but it's like, I got to do something. I've been sitting around, got to do something. This is my something. This is the live element. I love it. There's no safety sense, no presence. There's nothing missing. It's just fucking right now and right here. Yeah, just a beautiful thing. So that's where I'm coming from. Let's see. I have some segments here. I am going to have to get some graphics and so forth and whatever, and I don't know if it's going to be reoccurring. But I also think someone might have done this before. I don't know. I feel like it's just one of these thoughts I had. But before we recorded, I thought of maybe doing a segment called Maybe It's Just Me, and It Probably Is. Which I also think would be a great name for a band. Would you ever, I would love to go see Maybe It's Just Me, and It Probably Is. You ever heard that? They got a great album. Their live show is incredible. Their live show is incredible. But maybe it's just me. And that's the thing, when I watch entertainment now, I don't feel like it's entertainment. I feel as if maybe the thing is, entertainment, I feel, isn't necessarily experienced anymore. It's consumed. It's become background noise. We rarely sit with one thing from start to finish. It almost seems like focus is a fucking chore for people. Have you ever really asked somebody like, hey, you want to go see a movie? And it's like, God, 2 hours? You want to watch a movie? 2 hours. Again, lucky to be alive. 2 hours? Ugh. And then they just want to end up watching commercials, I guess, because they're 30 seconds. And it's amazing how much silence has just become uncomfortable. It's a good thing silent films came out when they did, because if they were out now, no one would be happy. I feel as if in my time span, the idea of entertainment has devalued. And again, the idea of entertainment, right? Not necessarily the entertainment, but the idea of entertainment has been devalued, I mean, we've gotten to a point where we don't even necessarily just watch a thing. will watch people watch a thing for the first time and react to it, which it's so fascinating to me just how much it's like reaction videos, or we like outsource emotional triggers. And here's my reaction to an emotional trigger. And here's my reaction to this emotional trigger. And my reaction to this emotional trigger, which mostly has like a shelf life of maybe 2 weeks. And we move on to the next fucking emotional trigger that this video and this video and this commenter and this person. And it's just reactions. And I just wonder if there's moments where we sit and actually think about the situation instead of watching everyone else react to the situation and blast some fucking hot take. You know? You know? It's really funny to me. It's like we congratulate ourselves for watching someone discover something that has been screaming in the abyss. You know, I'm going to listen to Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon for the first time. It's like, dude, you're 30 years old. What do you mean you're listening to it for the first time? It's been out since like 1972. What are you talking about? This shouldn't be something that's applauded and given likes to. We should be sitting going, wait a minute, you weren't brought up right. You missed something. Why didn't you have a person in your life just that was like, here? Have you ever listened to Pink Floyd? No? Here. We're going to watch Pulp Fiction for the first time. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a fantastic film. And how old? You're an adult. And you haven't... Really? You don't know a clip of it? You don't know nothing? You don't know the heroin part? You don't know? Really? Here, we're going to watch Die Hard for the first time. Get out of here. Stop it. You know, if you're going to sit there and be like, hey, all right, we're watching 3 O'Clock High for the first time. Never heard of this film. I would go, neither have I. This is an interesting film. Okay. But you're sitting there seeing something you should have. It's like someone in recovery. You know, they sit there. I'm guilty of it. I sit there, right? This is what people hated about me in sobriety. Where it's like you congratulate yourselves for accomplishments that people did when they were 12. That's what a reaction video is. You're just complimenting someone. Hey, good job. Should have done that when you were 12. You know? And then there's these people that do, well, you know what I like to do, man? I like to have rappers. I like to see rappers first react to something, man. I think that's real cool to see. Really? Do you? Huh. I would question this. Maybe you got a little, at least, prejudice in you. Why does it have to be that contrast, you know? All right, man, here's this hip-hop artist that's going to listen to fucking Tool for the first time. You know? Really? This is funny to me. It's like if you really want to see that reactions, first of all, hopefully you have some multicultural friends, like maybe your life is kind of like a community college poster. So you go up to a black friend and be like, hey man, you ever listen to Floyd? No. Dude, we should hang out. Maybe smoke some weed, whatever, do some mushrooms and like, or whatever. Or don't, sit on a hill. You know, like make the experience happen in real life. Why do you have to watch a video of somebody? It's just that to me, it's just, that's not entertainment. You know, it's, here's my racist grandmother saying racist things. That's not entertainment. That's a problem. You know, that's, but no, there's people who say, I love it when she's, okay, go to town, you know. It's just funny to me, you know? And then you'll hear people say, well, you know, TV, movies, all this sucks, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, you know, I was never alive for this, right? But I would say Mozart or something, right? One of those people would go so far as to put on wigs out of like horsehair, and women be in corsets and like sucking in ribs just to watch Mozart play. And you show up early and you wear your Sunday's best on a Friday and you watch Mozart. And now it's gotten to the point where our entertainment, it's like, you know, when you're taking a shit watching a Chappelle special, are you really valuing entertainment, or are you just watering it down? You know, when you're able to watch, I don't know, like you go to a concert of like, I don't know, fucking Foo Fighters or something, you know, instead of like, what's my point? My point is, you watch porn on your phone and you watch great movies on your phone. That can't be good either. You should have a separation of jerk and mentality, jerk and state, I think, you know, at some point. You know, and so, yes, that's my point. A lot of it's empty calories. A lot of it's just empty calories, you know? And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a great distraction for paying attention to driving, but it's watered down calories, man. You know? It used to be a meal. Yeah. Endless input, empty calories. We're always full. Oh, yeah, it is just like kind of like eating Chinese food. You're always full but never nourished. Well, that's more like McDonald's, I guess. I thought it was always full, but like always eating but never full. Right? We confess stimulation. Yeah. We confuse stimulation with fulfillment, which is pretty fascinating, you know. And, you know, one thing I find funny is, like, I can't even tell you how nervous I've been or whatever, you know, or I second guess, like, talking on the internet. And then I see people that will talk about, like, things in their lives where it's, like, clearly their fault and they're not taking accountability and all of this. And, like, this, like, which, believe me, the only reason I know this so well is because I've worn this mask. You know what I'm saying? Well, like the self-pity and like the victimist, and it's just like you're putting this out there. Then there's people that like, and I don't know. It's just it's so fascinating, the reactatory world we're in, you know. And there aren't a lot of moments of just like, you know, just a little endless scrolling, you know. I don't know if I did this right. It's my first time kind of organizing like this. So anyway, but yeah, I did all this. Maybe it's just me, and it probably is. But I just really think the idea of entertainment is just so watered down. Absolutely. And now we're getting to a point, we've come to the point where it seems like, you know, we're making people more like machines and machines more like people. And I think that that the glow of the human spirit, man, you know, it's actually kind of a beautiful thing. It's something we all possess. It's like the fucking Matrix and Transformers and what have you. And it's like these bots and these things, they don't. And it seems like the more that we're becoming machines, becoming more reactatory instead of like going inward. Everything's external. All of it. Follow me. Do this. Subscribe. Hit this. Follow this. Look what I'm doing. It's all external. And then these people wonder so many times, it's like, dude, it's just not doing nothing for me. You know why probably like stand up for me the last 5 years has been so unfulfilling? Because everything I've been going is external. Oh, you got this. People thought this, so now, all right, I gotta go to the mothership now. I gotta do this now. I'm supposed to do this now. I'm supposed to, and it was all external instead of the internal. Being the artist, like I did a lot in New York. A lot in New York was about like, hey, let's try to convey this quote unquote thesis, but with punchlines and act outs and over exaggerations and comparison and contrast and puns and the double entendres and things of that nature, and then here it's just like, hey, I want to grab a thing, and it's me, it's stupid me, and it's so easy to fall into that trap because all this shit is just looking like somebody's doing something. And let me be the first to say, I am not doing anything. May I be the first to say that I am not doing anything. So, and on that note, this is going to be fun. Yeah, I think that might be a segment. I gotta do some Googling or whatever, but I think this might be the segment. Maybe it's just me, and it probably is. So that's my thoughts on entertainment. So if we can, I think there might be a delay. I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be my first time. So without any further ado, I'm going to open up the Discord here. I'm going to hit the call-in. Okay, maybe I should show this up on the screen here. But got the Discord. I hit the call-in. So now if there's people in there, I guess I can, quote-unquote, take calls. But at the moment, I didn't promote this well. I didn't, but I was more into getting a structure. I was more into, wanting to present something that I'm going to be doing every week in the future, whatever else. So, again, there's probably a delay, and I'll wait a little bit. And I will say, if no one calls in, I really didn't expect anyone. To be honest with you, I didn't expect anyone to watch, and that's not it's just, we're starting. This is the thing. I'm starting a thing, and I was really nervous. I was really nervous in the beginning. It took me a little bit. I'm kind of cool, so I can't wait till next week. I will be more structured. I'll be more professional for sure. And, maybe we can get a couple phone calls in, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll give it, I don't know. I don't want to waste people's time. So maybe I'll give this another, here, let me sign into here, see what this does. In the meantime, sorry about this, but we are live. Oh wow. Somebody did a thing? Oh my God, I didn't even recognize this. Wow. I didn't. All right, that's cool. It looks like I got a super chat. My monitor is really far and I can't see, but I just want to say thank you to the person that gave the super chat. Is there a way to see? Oh, dude, I got to learn how to do this next week. Oh, this is really huge. Sign into, why wouldn't I sign into the chat? What are we doing, people? Oh, this is my fault. First time doing a live stream. Terribly sorry. This is so unprofessional. Probably losing so many viewers right now. Oh, gotta unnotify. Oh God. Oh boy. Here we go. Oops, sorry everybody. Sorry, I should be talking and entertaining while I'm doing this, but I guess not. Are we good? Is there a chat thing there? Look at that. That's pretty great. Right? Well, sorry, I just learned about this. Wow. Thank you. What's up, Tim? What's up? Not too much. Thank you for writing in that chat. Apparently that matters to the algorithm, and I forgot to mention that in the beginning. But, all right. Anywho, we did all that, and, there's probably, just that person on. They probably left. I went ranting forever. So on that note, oh, wow, I can see all of this now. All right, that's my bad. Well, I've just learned a lot. So this is pretty great. All right. So my last segment, I feel, pardon me. For the last segment, I want to do this every single week. I want this to be the closer. I remember growing up as a kid, the news always had a story at the end. It was like a feel-good story. Somebody in the neighborhood, there was some kind of thing. I don't know. And they don't do that anymore. It's all, the news it used to be like information, very little opinion. Now it's like a lot of opinion and very little information. But hey, who cares, right? We're all entertained. So on that note, I thought we would end every episode with, hopefully I could do the controls right, with, something that doesn't suck. That's right. At the end of every show, I want to point out something that doesn't suck. I want to be grateful for something that doesn't suck and try to give 3 reasons why this thing doesn't suck. Okay? And I would say, to start off the bat, your life. For me, it would be my life. But for you, it would be your life. Not just life. You, specifically. Not the abstract idea. The one you're actually in. I'm going to give you 3 reasons. Okay? So, you're still here. That sounds basic. It isn't. You've outlasted versions of yourself that didn't know what they were doing. Bad decisions, bad timing, bad years. A lot of stories end early. Yours didn't. That alone makes your life worth paying attention to. One thing I tend to think about a lot, I think there's been like 120 billion people on the planet throughout time, I guess. And I feel like there's still some souls out there that have never been drafted. They've never been able to do this. And for hundreds of millions of years, they've just been watching. And for the most part, they probably watch us complain. Watch us be unsatisfied and unhappy and just sit there and go, man, what I wouldn't do. You can be that undrafted pick, Mr. Irrelevant. Or Mrs., however life works, however it works. So, reason number 2, everybody. Reason number 2. Hey, you could still change your mind. You could change direction. You could change your habits. You could change who you listen to. You are not finished. Oh, let me get the right button here. There we go. You are not finished. You are not locked in. You are not done evolving. As long as you could choose your life, you're still alive. Still alive. And I think this should be number 3. Your life hasn't revealed everything yet. No matter how old you are, no matter how behind you think you are, there are still conversations you haven't had, places you haven't been, versions of yourself you haven't met. If the story were over, you'd feel it. The fact that you don't means something is still coming. Something is still coming. So your life is something that doesn't suck. All right, this was a lot of fun for me. There's definitely some things to work on, but I will tell you, this is more than, this is more than I thought it would be. This is fun. I hope to keep this going. If you can, if you're here watching this at any time, subscribe button. I should have mentioned this shit before. The But subscribe, notification bell, tell people, share it, whatever else. I'm going to do more in my power to get things out there and whatever else. But more than anything, thank you so much for being here. You could have literally been anywhere else in the world. You could have been on any other fucking thing, and you decided to be here. And that is something I do not take for granted. I am Tim Warner, and let's see if I can close out pretty well. And this has been The Joker in the Rye. Oops.